No, it's muted. Now it's muted. I mean, like no sound, background sound, so that's good.
Okay.
All right, cool. We are on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and one more, TikTok, live, and we're ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning, Dr. B. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Strongbear. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Richard Boulanger. I'm a professor of electronic production and design at the Berklee College of Music in Boston. And we're here again for another episode of Csound in the Metaverse. Or we're here to rehearse with some students and some alumni. We're here to introduce some of you who maybe this is your first time to this fantastic app that this brilliant protege of mine, a developer, incredible musician, incredible composer and performer, but also genius programmer and entrepreneur, Strongbear has developed to allow us to play Csound in the metaverse. Hi, Strongbear.
Hello, Dr. B. Yeah, I'm excited to be on our weekly live stream, and excited to see everyone and jam with you soon.
Good. Well, we've got a couple of new Berklee students. One graduating commencement is tomorrow, and that student is now set up to join us and collaborate with us. And what we're really doing here is introducing this incredibly powerful synthesis technology, Csound. It's been here for a long, long time. It's open source and developed by Barry Virgo at the MIT Media Lab. And we've now made it so that you can make Csounds, modify them, play with them in immersive audio spaces, in environments that bring players from anywhere in the world into kind of shared, improvised or composed performances. Strongbear has made this possible. It's built on the Csound language and the Csound API, Csound Unity API, as well, developed by Rory Walsh, and even enhanced significantly by Giovanni Bediti. And the Csound language is developed by Barry Virgo at MIT. It's this incredibly powerful solver synthesizer, signal processing language. It has maybe almost 2,000 modules or opcodes in it. It's under the hood in a lot of software, a lot of hardware. It's a foundational and canonical tool for computer musicians. Excuse me. But we're also getting ready for the International Computer Music Conference, the 50th International Computer Music Conference that's being held in Boston. And especially getting ready for June 11th and June 12th. And we want to invite some of you who are not my students or alumni to even join us by installing this pre-release of CsoundMeta on your Quest 2, Quest 3, 3S, or Pro devices and start learning to play it. You're going to join our Discord channel to do that. Bear, why don't you tell them a little bit about what our hopes are and tell them a little about our Discord channel and what they can learn from you there and all of that.
Yeah. We hope to spread the fun to everyone, and bringing more people to CsoundMeta so that we will jam together over the internet. It's fun to jam remotely with everyone in real time, and it's even more fun to play with people in the same physical space when we have a chance to do co-location. So, for example, if you're around Berkeley, you could always contact Dr.B to be in a jam session, in person, or we could see you in June in the ICMC that would be excited. Yeah. And
As you see in June, the important thing to know is on June 11th, I have a keynote that I'm giving, and the final part of my keynote, it's a keynote lecture, but really performance concert. And it will end with the premiere of a new version of Csound Dreams in the metaverse, specifically composed with the co-written with these students and alumni, and premiered there in Boston at David Crane Recital Hall. But the next day, on June 12th, we're running a Csound in the Metaverse workshop from like 9 in the morning till noon, EDT. And we have dozens of Quest headsets that we're loaning to visitors to kind of jam with us and play with us. And supposedly, I'm waiting for the final confirmation on this, but that night, June 12th, we're going to a nightclub where we're all going to jam and play in the club with CsoundMeta, and so that's going to be fun too. And so part of you joining our Discord server and just learning and starting to have fun with CsoundMeta, which we're sharing with you for free and open source. Csound language is open source, and we're open sourcing and making available our project as well. But is just for you to start having fun with it, either with us or with your family and friends. As a side note, we're going to play right now. Strongbear and I will jam for a second just to kind of show you what's happening. But then some of my students, one's in New York, a couple are in Boston. Tyler is joining us from Paris. Strongbear is in Ohio. I'm outside of Boston, close to Providence, Rhode Island, at Boulanger Labs in my studio here. And we're all going to be sharing sounds and playing together. But even now, when we start, Strongbear and I will just make a little music together. And there's all kinds of music we can make, and there's all kinds of things that we will show you about what we've developed, a kind of, let's call it an immersive audio DAW. We're going to have to change the label for this. Like maybe it's, I don't know yet, but we'll come up with some good anagram for it. But so it's an environment that you can explore sound in, play with sound in, and compose in. And you're going to see a little of that as we play. What I'd like to do this morning is, this afternoon now, what I'd like to do is play a little with Strongbear, make a little music for you, a little soundscaping, a little ambient sound piece. And then I'm going to have Strongbear explain to you a little bit the components of our system. I hope that he's up for that. And then maybe we'll invite my students to join us and improvise with us a little bit, or start rehearsing, or even start composing the version of Csound Dreams for Berkeley. I started working on something earlier today, and we might even start from there and show you what that composing process would be like in CsoundMeta. So join our Discord channel and join our Discord channel to get a copy of CsoundMeta. Strongbear, you're doing something else on our Discord channel. Will you please explain to everyone how you're giving free programming lessons and teaching people how to develop in Unity with Csound, and all of this through other live streams that you're just doing as part of this project? Please tell them about that for a second.
Right. So on my YouTube channels and other channels, besides of doing live stream with Dr.B, where we mostly like doing demo, and I explain like new features and like jamming with people. So mostly having fun. I do other like live stream sessions where I do like live programming, working on CsoundMeta. So if you're interested in to like get more insights into how the software is working, how we made it, then yeah, you're more than welcome. And on our Discord channel, I will make several like announcement on the updates of the software, some tutorials, and also like instruction for like how you can get the app installed on your Quest. and I'm happy to support like any of you like in installation setting up, or like how to play, or and any ideas or feedbacks are welcome.
Excellent. And by the way, that's incredible. So all of you need to take advantage of Strongbear's offering and expertise and generosity in terms of just sharing with you all of the work that he has done over the last couple of years. This started as Strongbear's thesis project, his undergraduate thesis project at Berkeley in the electronic production and design department, and has continued to grow. And now we're bringing it out into the world. We had a world premiere at the International Csound Conference in Vienna. So Mozart was not quite rolling over in his grave, but possibly. I hope not. And in that performance, there were 5 or 6 of my students with me on stage, huge large screens in a black box theater at the conservatory there. It was fantastic. But Strongbear was joining us from the United States, and he was on stage jamming with us and sharing with us. So, and rehearsing with us in the hotel all night, every night for the week before. And so it really is amazing, this new way of kind of playing and improvising together. We're going to show you that right now. I'd love to just do a little jamming with Strongbear, a few minutes. We'll make a 3-minute piece, although sometimes when we're playing, we kind of get lost. But I'll talk a little as I start setting things up. I'll share my screen. You should be able to hear stereo, all kinds of spatial movement. We are going to be immersed in these beautiful VR worlds that were AI generated by this incredible company, Blockade Labs. And so you'll see us underwater, you'll see us on the moon, you'll see us on top of mountains, you'll see us in cobblestone 1800 streets in Paris and London and Boston. So there are all these worlds that we're in, these beautiful 360 environments, and our sound objects are flying around in the world. We're handing them to each other, we're shaping them and playing with them. That's what's so cool about Csound and Metaverse. I can finally, while it's a dream of mine since 1979, I can finally just play with my sounds and share them, literally. Hand them off to Strongbear and have Strongbear play with them too. And even though we're halfway, he's in the middle of the country and I'm on the coast. So let's get started with sharing, and I'm going to set up to share my screen. I'm going to grab my headset here.
Awesome. Not sure if you noticed, but like Colin Russell just suggests that we turn the background graphics into a T-shirt.
Yes, well, we're going to start. CsoundMeta will be free, but all of our merch will just help support future development. Coffee mugs, T-shirts. Well, I do like the background. It is fun, and of course, Strongbear made that too. He's so fantastic. So my Quest 3 headset is on, and what I'm going to do now is just make sure that my sharing is focused on just the casting screen. So there you go. So now I'm just sharing what I'm casting, and in front of me, I guess CsoundMeta is running. And so let's get rid of that menu. And let's put up in front of me, there's our CsoundMeta logo. I'm basically going to resume, and I'm in what's called a pass-through mode. I'm going to select a movement from my menu here. Now, can you clearly read this menu and hear me talking while I'm looking at it myself? I hope so.
Yeah, I can see it. See your room, see the menu perfectly.
Well, I'll show you this because it's really cool. One of our collaborators made me a character of me, and of course with the Csound logo.
Oh wow! Like 8-bit.
Crazy. So we have a lot of merchandise, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so what I'm doing now is I have to press the hamburger menu on my left controller, and also you're seeing in front of you these blue cheat sheets that show me options like point at an object for more, and move the A and B. So these controllers in my hands have lots of functions. We're going to call this the grip on the inside. We're going to call this a trigger, right? And I've got joysticks left and right. I've got X and Y buttons, A and B buttons, and I also have the meta menu, this indented button on the right hand, and I've got the hamburger menu on the left hand. Now, so what I'm doing is when I push in the hamburger menu, up comes really our menu for our app. And as I choose from the movements, all of which I've created and saved, and we'll play with this later, I'd like to start with something with strongbear. Maybe this, maybe May 9th bells and gamelan movement that I'm working on. So I've just selected this, and up comes all of these objects. Now, I'm in pass-through mode now, so you don't look at my studio and things like this. But maybe we'd like to immerse us in a virtual world. So I'm going to choose the world and turn pass-through off. And now you see that I'm in this beautiful cloud environment. Hey, someone is over here. I see this other person.
Hello, Dr.B.
Oh, that's you. Of course, this is how we perform together. So, we're above the clouds, and I'm going to, let me look at this bell sound for a second. I'm going to make it louder by selecting it and stretching it and striking it. Kind of this low bell, right? Let me move it away from me by pointing my laser and just putting it out there in the clouds. Let me take this trickle. Ooh, there's the sound. So I'm going to select it by pointing at it. I'm selecting it. I'm moving it away with the joystick or pulling it in with the joystick so it's closer. When I play a sound, I sweep through it or strike it to make it play. Let's let it stop. Now, what I'd like to do is hand this sound over to strongbear. And you hear now strongbear is playing it. We're playing together. Strongbear is in Lakewood, Ohio, and I'm in Dighton, Massachusetts. And yet we're playing with my instrument that I designed in 1979 at the MIT Experimental Music Studio. Csound is future-proof, right? Now, you're hearing this kind of gamelan. That's this guy. And by the way, we have stereo. Right? And all the sounds move. So, raise. And I can make them softer by selecting them, pointing with the laser, and cranking them down. So I can adjust the mix. Right? And maybe that gamelan's going a little too crazy. Gone. What I did was I pointed at the object with my laser pointer extended from my mallets, and I basically pushed down on the joystick to delete the object. Now, let's see if I can bring that object close to me. Here's this little bell tree. Let's get rid of that for now. Boom, gone. All I have is this low bell, and strongbear has this little trickle instrument. Right? Now, oh wait, there's a choir here. Hold on. And by the way, look at this beautiful environment that I'm in. Oh, I got cabbage over here too. Wait, let me pull it over. Check out cabbage, strongbear. You hear that little crunchy? Sounds like someone's makes a lot of noise when they're eating their salad, is what it sounds like to me. But here's a little choir. Now, by the way, I'm making the choir very loud, but you're not hearing it. You won't hear any sound until I strike it. There's the choir. Right. We're hearing strongbear's cabbage sound. Maybe I'll trickle a little bit with that noise and pan it for you. All right. Choir is giving us background. The bells are generatively composing a little bit for me. Now, I do love this lake that I'm on and these beautiful clouds that are reflecting. But wouldn't it be nice if I could choose another world? Oh, of course I can. Why don't I choose London? So now we're on these wet cobblestone streets in London, and my sounds are still here, but my world has changed. And maybe it would be nice to introduce another sound. Now, we have some options here. I could press X and Y on my left controller, and that would randomly generate another orb. So this brought up red. Let's see what red sounds like. I'll make it louder. It's a little bit of a swirling sound. Not very loud, but it's there. Right? Let me change it. Let me hold my A and B, put the A and B buttons together, point at red, and have it pick another random sound. Oh, F-looper dinosaurs. Let's see if they're there. Not very loud. There they are. Ooh, they're kind of moaning. Let me make the bells a little softer. Oh, let's get rid of them. Boom. And let's just listen to this growling. Oh, are you noticing something? That as I move my hand through the object, it's changing the parameters? Well, let me show you that for a second. Or Strongbear, why don't you show them what you can do to change a sound or control it with patch chords?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna pick an object from the menu here.
Okay.
Something that's
Hold on. They didn't even know they could pick objects from the menu.
yeah, exactly. So if you hold X on any object, it will show like more tools for you. So one of the tools is like select sound. And then from here, you could choose something like, I think, let's see, blue. Then maybe glistering. Yep.
Nice.
So I choose blues because like I remember like if I do morphing the shape, it will change the temper dramatically. So maybe let me choose another preset. Yeah, like this one.
Hold on a second, Strongbear, because this is an important point to make. This is the same instrument. It's blue. These are just sounds. In Csound, every sound is a complete synthesizer. This is sounding very different than that little shimmering sound a minute ago, right? Just like any synthesizer you might have in your collection, there's all kinds of little presets you can make. So when you're looking at these hundreds of instruments in the collections that I've already built and that we're sharing with you in CsoundMeta, there are worlds of sounds to explore. Continue, Strongbear, with the demo of instrument settings and design, please.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the list of instruments. So blue is one of the instrument, and then in each instrument we have a like presets, and the presets that I'm using here is like the mid-rib 2. And as you notice, like when I move through the object, the timbre of the sound changes. Let me choose something else, or I could go to the sound settings to check all the settings in here and see.
Now you're backwards for me, so I can't read that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Dr.B is over here. We're putting the menu in front of him so he can see it.
I can see you well now. Go ahead.
Yep. So here's the list of the sound settings. So from this list, we could see which action that we cause on the object. We change which parameter on the left here. So for example, in here we see the notes is changing to the shape of the orb. So let's say I move the note to change it to lower notes. Then when I do like changing the shape.
Whoa.
Yeah, could you try that, Dr. B?
What's so fun about this is what you all need to know is I designed Blue in the summer of 1979. I've been playing Blue for how many years? And I've never heard Blue sound like this. So this is so exciting to me to be able to kind of play with the sounds. And Csound is future-proof. And that's the other reason we're so excited to share it with you. Some think of Csound as a dinosaur. It's been around so long. Well, yeah, it's the foundational tool. It's like I said, 2,000 modules, and they continue developing. Csound runs on everything. It runs on your Apple Watch, it runs on your iPhone, it runs on your Android devices, it runs on the web, it has live coding capabilities, it runs in every DAW, it runs in, well, it's under the hood for a lot of commercial devices too that you might not know about. It's in Eurorack modules, it's in VCD rack, it's everywhere. Wow.
Yeah.
And so what Bear is doing here is just setting it so that so that the shape of the orb changes. Oh, now he's changed the note to left hand movement up and down. He's connected a patch cord. So now.
Yeah, and Dr. B, I wanted the sound to be like repeated like more frequently. How should I do that? Is that the retrigger rate or the duration?
Wow.
That the duration?
That would be the duration of the event, yeah. So now you're hearing shorter notes when you trigger them.
But I want it to be triggered like more frequently. Like it's like we like more continuously so that we can hear the effect more clear.
Well, I do that up top with trigger retrigger.
It's all the retrigger is already selected,
and I use buttons for that, right hand buttons to retrigger and set retrigger rate.
Is that higher retrigger rate will make it retrigger more frequently?
Should be, but we haven't assigned a controller to it.
So, because I remember like Blue had a very continuous like firing sound. Like maybe choose another preset because this one I feel it trigger pretty slow. How about here we have like high, fast, and some verb. Let's try that. Yeah. So let me.
You still got my dinosaur here. I'm just playing with the sound too. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
The important thing, even here, for all of you who are watching, Strongbear and I are working on the sound together. It's like we're patching my modular synthesizer in the same room where I'm adjusting shaker rate. What's this do? What's harmonics do? And by the way, each of these instruments has a unique set of parameters that can be controlled, assigned to all kinds of gestures and controllers. And what we're doing is we've connected patch cords to this to allow our gestures to control. So how would we connect these patch cords? Well, you do that by pointing at an object and selecting grip and trigger at the same time. And that connects a right-hand patch cord or a left-hand patch cord. And so now we're both controlling these sliders. And by the way, if we liked it, we could save as, and I could call this, I want this to be called, Bear and D Blue. How about that? Okay, so now we've called it Bear and D Blue. I've submitted this. And by the way, if I close all this, open up my menu, look at my instruments, that preset will now have been saved in the sound selection, right? As a preset. Hey, look, Bear and D Blue. We just created it. And now it's part of our preset library that we could call some others, like call Thud for now, and then go back to that one, and it'll be waiting for us. Right? So pick something else for a second, like thuds and clicks. So this is totally different sound of blue. You have to hit it. Boom. Right? A little different. But now if we wanted, I could go back and, we're just collaborating here and messing each other up in some way, huh?
Yeah, it's fun to like code design and a sound and then save it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and by the way, what's this chugging groove? I won't hear it till I open it. Oh, there we go, a little rhythmic thing. And I'll connect a patch cord to it and trigger it from far away. Now, let's change our world. I'm a little bored. Let's go to, let's go underwater. Or on some, it's not underwater. We're on some wet planet. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is close for now. We've shown you a few things. I've shown you a little of the worlds I can choose and how beautiful they are. We've shown you some of the sounds that we could select or play. The other thing that's here is we can tell an instrument to become a wanderer, okay? But, and so we can turn an instrument. Now you see this instrument blue is broken up, and we can just throw it and have it sort of start flying around, right? I can bring it back to me.
Same thing for other instruments.
Yeah, so now they're all just flying around the space. They're spatializing. And when patch cords are connected to them, they can be triggered remotely or from a distance by usually pushing the A key. So I'm pushing the A key, and that's playing these arpeggios. Right? So now we're starting to jam a bit. And again, for an instrument to be louder, here you go. My dinosaur was a disappointment, but I think I need to modify the patch. Now, so you see, this is the beginning of how we might make a piece or jam or create a kind of sound cinema, soundscape with CsoundMeta. Now, what I want to do is pick a different movement. First of all, let's take silence black. Boom. We went to black screen, and all the objects are going away. And now I could pick a totally different movement or starting point. Wait a minute. Something going on here. Something happening with my voice. Oh. I have a feeling that I'm using some kind of audio process object, like this pitch shifting reverb object. I'm going to delete it for now. Boom, hello. And just tell you that we've got drum grooves and loops and glitchy percussion things happening. I'm in pass-through. Hi again, everyone. Looking back at my desk, looking out over my studio. Let's pick a world. Okay, here we are in some canyon. And what you were just seeing was that I have the ability to use the built-in microphones in the Quest, or even plug in external microphones to do live audio processing. Right? Okay. Got a little bit of a groove to control. But you know what might be nice? Strong there for a second. I'll leave the drum machine just play, but I'll throw it around. I'll let it bounce around a little. Strong there, would you like to do a little demo of how you can process live audio and how you can chain effects together or have them run in parallel?
Of course. So it is processing my voice right now because it is stretching back, but I could get the output of another sound, get into input of this one, so that this will not process my voice. So, for example, I'm gonna pick up like a this one, like a classic. I let it play for a little while so you can hear the how this sounds. And I'll connect the output of this to the input of this stretching bank. As soon as I connect the output of this to the input of this one, you will see it's the stretching bank here is now processing the output of this classic instead of processing my voice. And we could connect any other sound, not just the classic, but also like other orbs or Boulanger into the input of this. Or we can create an effect chain by pulling up another effects. So this is a pitch stick, and put it into the. Or we could connect this looper, or we could like connect one output to multiple. Frozen. Is it frozen for you or just me?
It's frozen for everyone.
Wow. So that's
I think we've discovered a feature. I mean, bug.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, is that a PC for the stress on bang or what put a lot of stress on the system?
Feeding back the signal in a kit.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. I'll start again.
Yeah.
But I think so. The point of our live processing is we have a whole library of live effects, and you can, as you see, if I go to the instruments, you can choose from a wide range of reverbs and delays, pitch shifts and resonators, and I'm still making many more, right? So I'm designing instruments every day, adding them to the metaverse. And so these are streaming phase vocoders and auto tuners and live loopers and samplers and live recorders and all of that sound reverse. Just many live instruments for doing live processing. Here's just a waveguide reverb. Hello.
Yeah, for some reason it keeps kicking me out. So maybe like you need to stop host and then I could join again.
Okay, so you want me to quit and start again?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure. Yep, our zero tier network is on, and I've now started CsoundMeta. I think I'm still sharing with everyone. I'm
Yes.
becoming the host, and this is how all of you would play alone or with your friends. And now Strongbear has joined me over here.
Okay.
Are you in now? You okay?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. And so all I was showing you was one, I could put up a world, so tell it not to be in pass through. And now we're in this beautiful canyon. I can choose from my instruments all movements, or even choose a composition that I've started to work on and bring up compositions. And we'll show you a little of that in a minute. But what I think we should do is let's kind of recap what we've done so far today. We're introducing you to CsoundMeta. We're showing you that you have a menu when you push the hamburger button, and you come up with a menu that allows you to show the shortcut keys or hide them, allows you to show logs, and in fact, this would be necessary if you wanted to co-locate with players that are in the room with you. We've allowed you to choose instruments from a menu, including classics. And that was the thing. I mean, wouldn't you like to hear something by John Chowning that was reconstructed in Csound? Or wouldn't you like to hear some really nice generative composition by Ian McCurdy? Maybe Haiku 1. And so I've now chosen Haiku 1, and up it comes. Where is it? There it is.
It's behind you.
I see it, and I'll make it louder. And now it's just doing a generative composition by, well, one of the world's greatest sound instrument designers and Csounders, Ian McCurdy. This piece is now being rendered live. This isn't samples. We're not playing back sample, right? And so, and it's just floating there. And now maybe instead you'd like me to choose another classic. Let's say you like, maybe you'd like Stephen Yee's Resonant Impulse on top of that. Where are they? I'm looking. I'll find them. Did I select them? I'll choose again. Classic. There it is. No, that's Haiku 6. Oh, we'll add that. Oh, it's not grabbing. Can you try to change the volume on Haiku 9?
Yeah, the Haiku 9 I have no control over that.
Good.
No control over any object.
Nice. Okay, now we got it. So my point is, you can select from our menus. You can change the worlds or go to pass-through mode, so you're just seeing your environment. I will tell you, when I switch to pass-through, Strongbear is passing through in his environment, but when we share a world, we're both in the same environment, right? I'll make things a little softer. As a host, you have some extra controls to delete all objects, control master volume, things like that. You also saw we have a bunch of movements, and this is where you as an individual, today I'm Csounder, that's the Quest headset I logged in on, but you could be logged in as, on my CsoundMeta Pro headset, or on my Csound Dr.B headset, or on Strongbear's headset, and save other movements. And then movements, you notice this little clock here? But when you choose the clock, you can then set up movements so that they are composed and placed within a timeline. And so this timeline is what lets you then start to compose. This is like your CsoundMeta DAW. And here in the timeline is where you then put those selected movements, you place them on the timeline, you place worlds on the timeline, and you set your compositions in motion. We might show you that in a few minutes. But what I thought we would do right now is quit and welcome some of maybe my students who are around, and also join you. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to, we'll answer some questions, and then maybe bring in some of my students and do a bigger jam session rehearsal, I hope, with the students. So I'm going to stop sharing. Hi again, everyone. And we'll see if any of my students have joined, or if any of you out there have any questions about CsoundMeta, getting it installed, etc. So let's take a break for a second, and well, a break from jamming, and see if anyone has any questions, or if any of my students have joined Zoom and would like to jam with us.
Yeah, in our Discord channel, we have a person asking, like, hello everyone, I am a master's student from China, majoring in electronic music composition. Recently, I have developed an interest in learning VR music, and I want to use it as one of my graduation works. Seeing your project has given me a further possibility to realize it. After watching the rehearsal live broadcast of the work Csound Dreams in the Metaverse, I also want to use your app to make a work with Chinese style. So I would like to ask, in terms of visuals, is it possible for me to modify and adjust it accordingly to my needs? In terms of music, I would like to add more Chinese elements. But judging from the live demonstration, I don't seem to see the feasibility. So I would like to ask the professors for advice on this. Thank you.
There are some Chinese instrument models in my Csound library. We haven't added them yet into the Metaverse collection, but they're done by fantastic professor and Csounder Andrew Horner, using a form of synthesis called group waiting table synthesis. There's a chapter on it in my Csound book. You can look up his book called Cooking with Csound that Andrew Horner and his wife Lydia Ayers co-wrote. Fantastic recipes of Chinese instruments and how to model them. Yes, we can add your instruments. Yes, we'll show you how to add your own instruments. And yes, I'm building these kind of soundscapes and sound worlds, but we're constantly adding. So, and I will tell you that I have a number of Chinese students working on my team. And I have lectured in China, and I love China. I hope to go back and teach more Csound in China. There's a great Csound professor in China, and there's a great Csound book written in Chinese. So you want to look that up if you're thinking, how do I Csound? Now, some of our instruments do sample playing and processing. And so you could send me a collection of your samples, and we could add them to our sampling instruments, so then you would have them. Once your instruments are here, you can absolutely compose in any style. And we haven't really given the lessons yet, but we will be, on how to use our DAW. And we're expanding our DAW to allow for composing in very different styles. I would encourage you to go back and watch some of our previous live streams to get even more ideas and hopefully inspiration. You can start developing your own app using the Csound Unity API and getting advice from other Csound Unity masters besides us. But yes, our hope is to expand our program to allow you to drop in custom instruments. Why don't you talk about some of what your bigger visions are, Strongbear, for how this can really be something that's not, a giant Dr. Boulanger piece, but is really a kind of environment for any of you to compose and your own music in any style.
Yeah, so I don't know how urgent it is for for this person to to be able to use CsoundMeta to add more environment and also like Chinese element to it. But in the future, we plan to allow anyone to create their own virtual world. Like you could use OK Labs to create your own using AI tools to do that, and then embed it into a system, and then
drop in your own worlds, right? I'm gonna jump with you, Strongbear, so you will be able to sort of like drop and add your own worlds.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then like either create your own Csound instrument. So we plan to make a Csound editor inside CsoundMeta. So you could create, you could edit and add your own Csound instrument.
What they saw today was you can absolutely modify and save presets, customize dramatically the instruments that I've created. But that still doesn't mean, well, almost like you were seeing Strongbear today say, hey, I want to change that rate. And well, that might mean I need to change the instrument under the hood that gives Strongbear more range of rate control, or even another parameter to adjust that, even in the instrument that Strongbear loves. So ultimately, when you make your own Csound instruments, it's a whole synthesizer. You can add the kind of parameters you want. And I will tell you that how these instruments are made, they're made in Csound in Cabbage. And so Cabbage is like a front-end instrument GUI builder for Csound, written by Rory Walsh. Now, we can save a Cabbage instrument, assigning all the controllers, and Csound Unity just imports that instrument directly. So it's really quite easy to make Csound instruments in Cabbage, and for us at least right now, to put them into CsoundMeta. But ultimately, what Strongbear is saying is we don't want to have to help you. We want you to be able to help yourself. And so that will be, I'm editing right in CsoundMeta. Now the instrument's live. Now the world is my own world. Now the composition is my own composition, and I can make it shared to everyone. I can share it in our forum. I can just keep it myself privately. I can release my own CsoundMeta albums.
Yeah, exactly. And like for now, like you could create your world from Barclay Lab and then send me, and like I could have you to add the world in. Also, you could use our live processing effects so that you could record your own sample like directly from CsoundMeta using your instruments, like plug your microphone in into the headset, record your own sample, and start playing with it.
I'm working right now, this is what this live processing about. We have found a way currently of using multiple microphones, USB mics, plugged into the headset. I'm premiering in November in Krakow, Poland, on the Audio Art Festival there, a new work for string quartet in the metaverse. And so I'm bringing a string quartet with me. The Haven Quartet is coming. And we're going to premiere a new work where they're playing into my objects live. I'm processing them. I'm playing back parts of them. And also, even on the keynote, Strongbear's daughter plans on playing the clarinet live into our system. And Bethany, one of my students who's getting ready to start at Stanford next year, her master's, phenomenal composer, researcher, and an incredible pop songwriter, an EDI player, fantastic musician. Bethany is going to be, she's a virtuoso classical recorder player as well as incredible, push artist. And if you know the Ableton Push. And Bethany will be playing in Poland too, a new live work for recorder and meta instruments. So I am trying to bring in other instruments. And if you did notice in my room here, I have a complete collection of Chinese instruments because I have written for Chinese ensemble and virtual instruments when I performed there several years ago. So I have guzhengs and pipas and erhus and etc. So I absolutely have a great interest in live capture and in Chinese instruments and culture, and really trying to expand the beautiful and powerful and spiritual music of these instruments, the soul of these instruments, into these worlds. But we can help you. We just can't do your thesis for you.
Yeah.
We would love to help you. And by the way, that's important. I want to bring that point up. Strongbear is so excited about this Discord channel, not because, hey, come and buy our t-shirts, which we're not selling, but we want ideas from you. We want suggestions from you, at least at this stage as we're growing the app. This suggestion from this Chinese graduate student could help us add a new feature to CsoundMeta that we wouldn't be working on because I don't need it yet. But wow, boy, am I going to be glad to have it when you have inspired Strongbear to code it for us. So, our collaboration has been really wonderful because I've been making instruments, making the sounds, and really trying to build pieces and performance experiences. But Strongbear has been really, making all of that possible and more. And so we both have a slightly different dream, I think, of how we want to be able to use this tool. But it has a lot of overlap and a lot in common. And it's really been wonderful to work with Strongbear. But we really want to work with you. This is no joke. We want your ideas to inspire us as well.
Cool. And Eric is asking about thoughts on AI tech. So I'm not sure, exactly what you are asking, or you just comment that. But Dr.B, you have any comment on that?
I'll tell you this: that we are composing the sounds, but we are building generative instruments that compose some of the sounds, and some of the instruments that you would select from classics will be instruments that drum for us, that compose chord progressions for us. So we're always exploring that. I've been incredibly thrilled and inspired by the Blockade Labs AI worlds that they've created. Strongbear and I were building this possibility, and then Strongbear brought to me an example of a few of my instruments in some dystopian metropolis, a scene out of a Batman movie. And it was like in my mind, and at that moment, it's so changed. Whoa, it changed my feeling about the sounds. It changed how inspired I was to continue playing with them and complement them. It started me thinking about sort of the stories I could tell with sound. Now, I compose all kinds of music, but the whole Csound thing that I've been working on forever has been about soundscapes, sound objects, sound cinema, sound sculptures. So this is what I've always been trying to kind of create and play with and build. And whenever we were immersing ourselves in these incredible landscapes or seascapes or moonscapes or cityscapes, wow, that was helping me tell even better stories. I don't want you to hear my music as well, watching a great movie. I love a great movie, and I love a way that filmmakers tell great stories with movies. But I want to create cinema for the ear. I want to use my sounds to create, for you to create your story. And I find myself to be helped immensely by the Blockade Labs AI worlds. And so I'm spending many days making other AI worlds and asking Strongbear, hey, let's add some more cityscapes, or let's add some more, etc., so that I can then kind of build a piece around some of those worlds. So I don't know what to tell you. Except that I'm very inspired by AI. I'm very inspired by the musical possibilities. Well, I've always been inspired by new possibilities. Now, we could be fearful. When I listen to some of the AI songs and everything, they're fantastic. They're better than half of the things written by my students. I'm sorry. And it's quite funny because I'll tell you that at Berkeley, when we have seminars on AI, the faculty and others do, well, but this isn't really that good. Well, quite honestly, it is. And so, but, it's not as, no. What are the new possibilities? What are the new ways that I need to compose, to think, to interact? What does AI open? What worlds does it bring? I'm always, sorry, I'm a glass half full type person. And so if you want just for a moment reflections on AI, I hope I haven't offended too many. And I hope that with me, you see all of, you imagine, what can I do? How can I use this? And even to just see how the Blockade worlds changed what was possible and how it inspired me, I'm very hopeful, and I have great faith in our creative response to the possibilities that AI is bringing to musicians, painters, filmmakers, and to us, Strongbear and I, because it's making a big difference. And Strongbear, how about these two characters of us in the background? You're a very good painter, or did AI help with that too?
Yeah, I'm not a good painter at all. It's just AI. Yeah, how I did it was like when we were on Zoom, I just took a screenshot of you and asked AI to create the image. Like, here's Dr.B, like a background for me, like.
Right. So again, it's changing what we're capable of doing. It's adding beauty. It's empowering us and allowing us to collaborate in new ways. And so I'm hoping you'll join us.
Yeah. I just want to add on the AI thing. So for me, I love the idea of improvisation. So because when I learned, I started with classical guitar, but I can always finish 90% of the piece, but not 100%. But then when I found out improvisation, wow, I was really into improvisation, which means I could freely express myself without being worried about remember something exactly. Because let's say we have 100 tunes, someone can be able to remember all of them, but for me it's so difficult. So improvisation is more fun to me. So when we make CsoundMeta, we will also want to bring that idea to mind, which is improvisation. So what you have been watching me and Dr.B and other people playing is we have a composition, but the composition is like a structure where we have certain sound, a certain instrument, and it's kind of guided performance. It's not like scripted, like always is exactly the same. So same composition, but every time we perform, it's a different story. Like the way we interact with the instrument, the way we look at the environment, like at different angle, the way we stay in the environment, like the position of us in the environment also affect like how we play. Yeah, so I think AI is like a like a good combination with person to kind of co-performing like a piece. So like just like when I drive, I have like an equipment that I install on my car that can like 90% of the time drive itself, and I will just like watching and like intervene with it whenever I need it. So it's like for me it feels like two people driving at the same time, so it's more relaxed, it's more fun and more enjoyable, and it's safer. Yeah.
Good. Well, there's certainly more and certainly many opinions about how these incredible changes will change our role as artists and our role as developers. I'm finding that at Berkeley, um, I wrote the audio programming book or edited it. A lot of my colleagues wrote so much of it, uh, published by MIT Press, and the Csound book. These took years. When I started studying audio programming in the 80s, there was like 2 books, no internet. It was hard. It hurt. And there was not a lot of info. And I am finding now that my students who are developing AI, developing immersive games, developing in Wise, developing in Unity, that they are getting a lot of help with code and with coding from AI too. And that, again, encourages me very much. My students are getting a lot further um, with their ideas by being assisted by AI, even in their coding. So um, I'm happy with the way it's changing and making possible a lot more great work, and it's allowing my students to get a lot further in their projects that would require some code, and so it's I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
And and the important thing is to, I think, credit your sources to, as we do in the Csound community. Csound is open source. All of these instruments are in some ways in the public domain. You can learn so much from the thousands of Csound instruments that I've collected and that we share, and I have. And I just always encourage my students to, credit, this is based on Ian McCurdy's generative instruments, or this is based on, Richard Knight's flanging reverberator, or this is based on, and so I just feel like that's a really important part of this new world, this new open source collaborative world. And if an AI helped, you probably want to admit that too. So I am excited to be helped by incredible students, to be inspired by them, and incredible collaborators. But also, I'm inspired to be helped by these great tools that are helping fix and improve and change. And so the challenge is always to, the challenge is to speak truth, share things that you feel that matter to you, that are filtered through you as an artist. And whether you're getting help from an AI to do that, or whether you're not, doesn't add value or take away value. But if it helps you express yourself and communicate and share, it's good stuff. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Great.
Now, what I'd like to do is maybe see if any students could join us, if any of my students are here and would like to play with us. What do you think? I don't know if they will join on Zoom or if we should just start up one
I'm
of the.
here.
Tell us who's here.
I'm Shimon and I'm here.
Shimon is here. Fantastic. Hi,
Hello,
Shimon.
Simon.
Hi.
Good. So Shimon will be able to join us.
You want just current students?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I want all my great students. Hi, Tyler.
Seven's here.
So Tyler, excellent. Well, so we're ready to jam, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's do it. So I guess what I'm going to do, this is, I think, Evelyn, this is Tyler, this is Shimon, and it's very possible Emery will join us or join in a bit, and it's very possible Bethany will join us too. And we might even, if some of you are successful and it just joins perfectly, remember you're going to need to turn zero tier on, and Strongbear, will they need to set the right IP address, or just as long as they're zero tier, they will join?
As long as they on zero tier and they join the strongbear network, so we're fine. Yeah,
Good.
and make sure we all use the latest version, which is 9.8.3. So that version will fix a couple of issues, like where we couldn't close the like the menu, like the instruments was flying around. So yeah, today we'll test it out and see how it's how it works. And yeah,
We've updated. We've put out some fires. My headset is on. I'm going to make sure zero tier is on. It is. I'm going to launch CsoundMeta. I have. I'm awaiting. It is now asking me to be the host, which I am. I'm in a canyon and I'm the host. My mallets are kind of pink-ish. And I'm waiting for some of you maybe to join me.
yeah, and the IP address of Dr.B is 172.22.2.3. I posted in the chat just in case.
Okay. Oh, it's blue. Thuds. Now, are you getting stereo from me, Strongbear, do you think?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I'll make that a little softer. Oh, someone is here. I see your shadow. Oh, there you are. Who is this with green sticks? Please don't pick instruments like that. Who is this with green mallets? Oh, someone is here, but now they're gone. Oh, there they are.
I think it was me, but it kicked me out immediately.
Yeah, same here. So
Want me to quit and start again?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm quitting.
Yeah.
My zero tier is on. And I will start CsoundMeta again.
And everyone, please double check your CsoundMeta version. Make sure it's say 9.8.3.
983. I'm moving out into my space a little bit so that I can maybe, and I might even make my space bigger in a minute. I have now selected 983 and I'm in. Someone has joined me. A couple of people have joined.
I've just joined.
I'm the yellow-green.
Okay, good. Someone is gray. Okay, it looks like we're mostly here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, don't bring out your menus, please. Don't push any buttons yet. I'm going to start the jam by selecting a movement. So I think I'm going to select,
1, 2, 3 people.
okay, we'll wait. We'll see if the fourth person can join. So Evelyn, is that you with the lime green? Yes, okay. And Strong Bear, that's you with gray.
Yeah.
And me. And so Tyler isn't here and Shimon is not here.
I'm just looking for the 0 tier thing to connect.
But it's not, you just need to turn it on.
Yeah.
So you find that app under unidentified developers or something. It's a separate app that you run first.
It's like under unknown source.
Unknown sources.
Yeah, we have the fourth person
Who's
here.
that? In orange. Hello? Who has got the orange sticks? Okay, is that you, Shimon?
Yep, I'm orange.
Okay,
Awesome.
stick around. Don't get crazy. And we're just waiting for Tyler, maybe. Now, Tyler, you successfully joined us last week, so, but it's okay. Why don't we start? And I know Tyler will be able to join us once things are set correctly. Oh,
I'm
looks
in.
like, okay, don't bring up a menu. Tyler, what color are you? Now, Strong Bear,
Awesome.
I want to ask you a question, Strong Bear. How can these players move so they're not all stepping on each other? What do you recommend they do? Move in their room?
Yeah, move in your room.
Move in your room, guys, so you're not on top of each other. I've moved way out over here. Okay, it still seems like, okay, we're pretty good. Now, I'm going to pick something for us to start with. I'm going to pick May 9th, Slow Groove. Now, please don't play yet, because I want to point something out to everyone. You point at an object with your laser pointer, and you use the joystick to pull it back to you to play, as you know. But there are some objects with all these little satellites around them, and that's a palette. And when you choose an object with a palette, you can point at the palette and have it switch to that preset, right? So this is changing the drum groove. You also can use A and B to randomly jump around in the items in a palette, okay? So Rust looks like it has 5 or 6 choices, and the drum groove stuff looks like it has quite a lot of drummy choices, okay? Here's snare groove 6. And so, why don't we start jamming a little bit with what's here, and I will clone this drum loop so that we have a drum pattern that just stays and plays forever. Okay. So we've got a bit of a drum pattern. Loving it, but not bad. Who's playing low rumble? You won't play it, Evelyn, until it puts you hit it with your mallet. Now play it. There you go. Can't play it if you're just lasering it. You've got to bring it to you to hit it. And you've got to make it louder if you want to hear it. Everyone a little softer. Someone's cloning some objects. I'll bring out some chords. pretty good beat.
Nice.
Try not to change that. How about low rumble? Good. We've gotten a little mellow. That's nice. Now you realize you can layer objects. If you put one orb on top of the other, you can strike through multiple orbs at the same time. Someone keeps bringing out objects.
Like, is anyone seeing a timeline?
No, I have no timeline. Turn off your timeline.
Is anyone seeing that? Maybe like someone joining late, like Tyler might see the timeline. So that's a bug that I haven't fixed yet. So like if you happen to see the timeline, just go to your menu and then set up and toggle the timeline on and off.
I'm going to start another movement for us, okay? Let's try this one. Bells and gamelan. We're passing through. Again, you won't hear a sound until you strike it. Get rid of that. Oh, maybe not hearing anything. Oh, I might have turned the volume down. Oh, I'll try another movement. Here we go. What about this? Are we hearing anything?
No.
Volume.
No.
I've turned the volume up now.
Yeah, now I can hear it.
Okay. Good. Take your time. Let's try to make some music now. So, nice. I'll put us in a world.
Wow, beautiful.
Nice. Someone has an object here that's silent because they shrunk it in silver. Nice. Gamelan is silent unless it's bigger. Now it will play. There you go. Nice. We're almost making music. I'm going to bring up a classic now. My friend John Fitch's Henon. There it is. Make it louder. You hear it?
Yeah.
That's John Fitch's piece, Henon. I'll bring up another classic. Maybe a Don Chowning piece.
It's over here.
Oh, you know what? Andrew Eikenberry is a great student. His Stone is special. Let's bring up Stone. Nice, huh? By the way, we've set it so that the worlds change every 50 seconds or so. Nice. Spread out the instrument. Fun with transformation. Strongbear, you stole all the instruments.
What's that?
Nothing. see you've collected an effect. I'm going to fade it out. That's a pretty good place to end. What do you think?
Awesome. Yeah, much more fun.
Not bad. I think, yeah, something nice is happening. Now, while we're here, let's do a little bit of another jam. This is a little different. I've started working on a little etude for us here. So I'm in the composition section. It's called Study 2. What all of you are seeing is a timeline now. Uh-oh, seems empty. Oops. I don't think this composition has gotten very far. But wait, this one has. Study 2 3.0, 310. So what happens is we have this timeline where you can put objects and worlds and then have a clock kind of run through and kind of bring them into the scene for players to play. So if I, start one of these timelines, you'll see we have, cue cards. You can put text into the timeline. After the text, however many seconds that thing happens, we begin here. Here's Forest Dreams. You can play with me, everyone. Oh, I got to turn up the volume, I think. Is the master volume up? I don't think so. Let me start it again. Oops, resume. Oh, there it is, but it's very soft. Let's start again. Master volume is Y plus the right joystick. So it should be louder now. There you go. There you go. So here we are in the beginning of the piece. So this is called Forest Dreams. Now, for my improvisers, do not bring in any new objects, but just play with the objects that appear before you or bring them to you. Okay? You'll see that objects keep changing because I'm going through sections of the piece. Right? And so you can make the instrument louder. You can bring it into your mallet and you can strike it. You can listen to what other people are doing. And so as you see, this is how the piece begins. Right? I'm going to start it again. So let's start again. I'll hit stop so everybody goes away. And now here's, again, the piece. So it begins with a title card. There's a timeline that's queuing up these instruments. So here comes the first scene, Forest Dreams, a little sizzle, some wind. Right? You can grab an instrument, you can bring it to you, you can play it. You can make it louder or soft. And again, the instruments don't play because you hit them. They play because you kind of sweep through them. And because they're louder by you making them louder. Now we've gone to the second scene. We're in the forest, there's trees, lightning, and similar objects carry over in this scene. right? 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 And you're all just exploring, taking your time, moving slowly. We're now on top of the mountains. Objects are still common and the same from previous scenes, but we've expanded our palette a little bit. Sign cloud is still there, but F looper comes in with these kind of pans. Gum, 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 gum. Rhythm. Gum, gum, gum. Right? Right? So I think you see how I'm trying to tell a bit of a story. Pans a little louder. Maybe switching to a different preset in the pan collection. Rumble. Oh. Gamelan. Nice. Nice. How about this? Next scene. Still sign cloud, still trickle if we want it. Some more noises, some more rumbling. Now I'm moving through the planets, but now the next scene, these guys fade. Another group of instruments comes in, a low wave. Violet, play it. You can't just bring it to you, Evelyn. You have to sweep through it to hear it. There you go. Mid-breath. Melodic instrument. Good. Nice. Now a little more nighttime. Good, you're doing good. Beautiful. Not so loud and strong. And now the movement ends. Going to black. Don't play anything else. Let the instruments fade. That would be the end of movement one. They're fading. They're going to silence. Everyone stop playing. Forest Desert Dreams begins. Second movement. Now here you go. Take your time. Find a sound. Bring it to you. Strike it. Hear what it does. Play it. Make it a little louder so you can hear it. Right? Bring it to you so you can sweep through it. A next group. Some common denominators. Some new sounds. Some new chords. A new world under these waterfalls. Right? Nice. Very nice. Little rust would be nice. Low wave needs to be louder. Now strike it. There you go. Hear that? The waves. And now we're under. We're in the cave. Beautiful. You're doing pretty good. Listen to that chord. Nice. Whoever's playing sizzle. Good job. Who's playing mid-breath? You know what we need, Strongbear?
Yes.
User's name needs to appear on their, near their ballots or something. So then I know who's playing. There could be an option to show the name of the player,
Yep.
So then I could be yelling out there, Shabone, louder! And Simone isn't even the person I'm yelling to. It's really Evelyn. Evelyn, talk to her. But it would be good to have the mallets have a name, don't you think?
Like maybe not showing all the time, but like when you point at somebody, it show up their name.
Yeah, every now and then or whatever. So you see, wait a second. Uh-oh, we're over this maze, and it sounds like something is eating people under there. Or something. There's that cabin sound. But also, I found this temple, and I hear some chanting of some sort. Black means the movement is over, and now you stop playing, you point your sticks down at the ground, you wait for the new sounds. Here they come. Don't play anything yet. Let's let the drum beat establish itself. Don't play. Just listen. Someone's waving their sticks a lot. I don't know why. Don't play yet. Let the drum beat go crazy. Maybe I'll pan them. And now we've got more drums. Now time to start playing and creating polyrhythm and a little more chaos. Okay? Wow, where are we? These are the drums of war, in fact. Make them louder so you can hear them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Some kind of laser, some kind of signal, some kind of warning. I don't know yet what, but I'm worried. Uh-oh. Chaos. We're above this cityscape. Some devastation. Some chaos. Bring them back to you and play them. Uh-oh. You're doing quite good. You all remember the shortcut to bring it back to you? Point the laser with the left hand and you whip, and then you can come rushing back into your hands. You can make them louder and hit them. Good. Uh-oh. Good, good, good. Good. Good morning. Things get a little mellower. Wow. Things are a wreck. Nice. Okay. Maybe things are a little more hopeful on this world. Nice. Oh wait, look at this. Oh, look where we are now. Nice. You're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Woo. So we've pretty much come to the end now. Right? Closing credit. Weird sound. Credits. Credits. Pitch shifting monster. Some silence. And I'll quit. Kaboom. But that was pretty good. There we are. I'm going back to close out our session. Hey, I'm way over here in my studio. Hold on. I was lost in the metaverse. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming back. Let me stop sharing. Let's say hello. And let's, oh, so I think Strongbear was sharing as well. Hi, Bethany. Were you there with us?
Hey, Bethany. Oh, you were there.
Well, let me first of all bring back everyone in Zoom who was kind of jamming with us. Shimon, did it work?
Yeah, it worked great.
Right on. So this is the first time in there, and also the first time kind of hearing a little bit of a piece. Do you see the difference now? How it kind of tries to tell a story and all that. You'll get a better sense.
I was going through some of the Vienna one by myself too.
Ah. So you already had, well, that's me trying to make Vienna work. and also some of the Vienna ones though, Shimon, are not because we've revised, some of the wrong presets are in there now. So all of a sudden it starts doing some pop song or something. It's like, what happened? Well, it's because it's loading in the wrong classic. So I'm having to actually fix them all to make it. And what we heard today in that version was pretty close, but it still wasn't perfect. When we come to the beginning of movement 3 with the drums, then there's supposed to be a lot more explosions and chaotic sounds, and they're not there right now, but they're coming. So, but I'm glad you got to see a little. We'll play a little more of that tomorrow night at Berkeley. Actually, we're bringing in a bunch of parents and friends into Berkeley tomorrow night after Berkeley's commencement. And I've got 9 quests here all set up. And Strongbear will be there. And we're all going to try to jam a little bit in Berkeley with some remote guests too. Maybe Bethany will be in person or remote. But it should be a fun night. And I think for the parents too to kind of jump in. For all of you who are watching, it's such a different experience inside the quest. And or even maybe Shimon would say, even when you're playing by yourself, because it does get a little crazy when you're in the group. Because, you know, Shimon might be working on this nice sound and I might just point my laser at it and grab it. And it's like, oh, wait, I was working on that. And so, it is interesting to be playing with the group, but I'm trying to build different styles and different studies and different kind of starting points for everyone, so that even as we release the CsoundMeta, there's a little bit more fun kind of starting places for all. But I want to thank all of you that were here today to jam with us. And Tyler, awesome. And by the way, we all have to kind of sing out of tune. Tyler's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Schoenberg birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tyler. Happy birthday to everyone.
You.
Thank you very much. That's very sweet.
I love birthdays, so I hope you have a blast tomorrow and
Thank you.
fun times with friends and family and all that. So just dig it. And I don't know if any of you have thoughts or suggestions or things you'd like to share right now. We'd love to hear them. If anyone is in the online that has some suggestions we'd like to answer. We have about 8 more minutes before this session ends, but I just want to end with one thought here. Thank all of you for jamming with us. That was pretty musical. I was really happy about that. So that's when Strongbear was saying earlier that Strongbear wanted to set it up so that you have structure and improvisation. That's very important to me. I want you to feel like you're discovering, but I also want you to feel like you're telling my sort of story. And so as a composer, I think there's going to be a lot more new ways of creating, collaborating, co-creating, and maybe, I hope, feeling good about that. Feeling good about, hey, that's my version of the piece, or that's, and that's what we're trying to do too. Strongbear and I plan on writing, in essence, turning CsoundMeta into a book or into a interactive learning thing where there are some pieces. You can listen to them. You can play along with them. You can save your versions of them. We can teach how you make them, modify them. So it's going to be a whole book learning, a new kind of album, a new kind of book, a new kind of thing. And it's not a game. We're not making games, although it is a bit of a game, Strongbear, when you're trying to catch flying orbs. I have to admit, when those guys are flying around and you're trying to point at them with your laser and grab them, that does make a bit of a game or frustration out of our app. But thank all of you for helping, make some nice music in today's live stream. I'm so happy about that. And if you have suggestions or thoughts now in the last few minutes, throw them out, or and also put them in the Discord.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, and during the jam session, did anyone run into any issue?
I'm really glad the menu closing is working now. This is super good.
What happened to you?
Oh, nothing happened. I was just saying it's super nice to have the menus closed now, because it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you're happy about the bug fix? Yes.
Yeah. Good job with that.
Great.
I was running this on data just now because I was on the train and it was very smooth. Like it didn't crash at all. So this is like the smoothest I've been entering this app. So it's really good now.
Did you say you played on the train?
Yeah.
Wow. That's.
Wow.
People probably think I'm crazy with this thing on the train.
Nice.
Yeah, and the Quest 3 now have the train mode. That's I haven't tried that.
What? And most airlines now have free Wi-Fi, so I think we're going to be able to play while in flight as well. You know, while we're flying across the Pacific or the Atlantic, we'll be able to still jam. There'll be no excuse for you not attending rehearsals, Bethany. I'm sorry, I'm on a train. No, what? No. It works on a train. That's good. Well, today has been a great session. I hope that for those of you watching, it has not been too confusing, because I really, we sometimes get lost in it. Some of what we're doing is showing you how it works. Some of what we're doing is, well, discovering what doesn't work. Some of what we're doing is rehearsing. But I want to remind you that our Discord channel has previous live streams. Some of them we teach a little more. Strongbear has made some wonderful tutorials that are there. So, there's lots of places to get the app, install the app, and start exploring and learning. And even as Shimon said, when you download and install the app on your Quest 2, 3, 3S, or Pro, and by the way, last night I installed our latest version on 2 different Quest 2s, and it ran perfectly on there, Strongbear. So very good. So if your family or friends are now tired of their Quest 2, or they've upgraded, there's a lot of fun of CsoundMeta in even the Quest 2. The downside of a Quest 2 is when you go to pass-through mode, the pass-through on the Quest 2 are kind of black and white, kind of gray, whereas the 3S and the 3 especially, the pass-through is phenomenal. So it's color and vivid, and that's the plus. But as far as if you're in virtual worlds, things are pretty similar. So even if you have a Quest 2, you can, install the app and have fun. I hope you will. Any other thoughts or concerns or fun? Boy, Bethany, that's cool that you did that on the train.
It's very fun. I think people wanted to play too.
Oh, so now we're going to just make friends. So instead of making friends with puppies, we're going to all have a spare Quest with us. And it'll be like, well, I have an extra here.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be cool in the nightclub. If that really happens, and we're on the 12th of June, it's a fantastic bowling alley nightclub hangout right near Berkeley, very modern with lots of big screens. I don't know if they're going to let me project on the screens, or they're going to be projecting the Red Sox game or not. But even that would be fun, because we'll be on Mars and everyone else will be at the bar rooting for, and we're going to hear people screaming and cheering and shouting, and we're going to thinking they love Richard's music so much. And no, they're rooting for the Red Sox or the Celtics, but I'm going to just take the applause however I can get it. So
It's gonna be fun.
it's going to be fun. Well, I want to thank you again, Strongbear, for the improvements that you made in the software this week. I think you did 2 or 3 versions, and thank you so much. I want to thank all of you who have joined us in this live stream today, and all of you who are even watching later on or checking out. Welcome to the metaverse. Welcome to CsoundMeta, and welcome to, well, the future of jamming and playing and performing with each other from all over the world, to soundscaping, sound composition. At Berkeley, the school is a jazz school. It started that way, and it was all about improvisation. They asked me in an interview recently, well, what? And I kind of said, you know what? I think this is 22nd century Berkeley. We're jamming, but we're jamming with sound and live instruments. And so I think we are a glimpse of tomorrow. But I'm so excited because, in fact, I want to just say one thing again before we go. Strongbear, you've made so many of my dreams come true by creating this app and building this possibilities that I don't know. I hope I have much more time to make more and explore more and discover more with the possibilities that you've helped bring into the world. And so, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. B. And for anyone who's been making music in CsoundMeta, please like capture and share it. We would love to see them.
Exactly. Well, that's it for today. Maybe we'll see you next Friday. We'll probably do another session, same bat time, same bat station. So thank you all for joining us today, and have a great weekend. It's a special weekend for me because tomorrow is commencement at the Berklee College of Music, and some amazing students are graduating and going on to graduate studies and careers, and just they've been so amazing to work with them. So I'm so happy to hang out with students and parents tomorrow. It's a very special day. So I hope this weekend is special for all of you as well. Take care.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.